Hello, friends, and welcome to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Today, we are continuing to make our way across the Imperium and trying to find the final planet for our protectorate, as well as any space combat that we think we can win. We have gone 2 for 2 on the last 2 that we have been in, and we got a chance to upgrade our ship a little bit, and we are looking much, much better, but still not upgraded to the point that we need to be. So we need to find some more lower level space combat that we can then use to improve ourselves. So we will keep an eye out for that. I won't make you watch me jump from system to system, and I will pull you in if anything interesting pops and when we get to the planet we're headed to. This is Disabled. My name is Ed, and let's get into it. Okay, we've got some pirates outside of a plundered void station. Let's see if we have any opportunity to make this happen. You sight a ship hovering over a void station. The vessel bears no identifying marks, but the landing craft swarming the station below makes the situation clear. Pirates have seized an Imperial outpost. The augurs detect that the pirate ship is warming up its engines and quickly reloading its cannons. It is preparing for battle. Attack first. That is one we can take. Potentially, anyway. Let's go ahead and throw out some torpedoes. And let's see what we got here. That's a good start. Beautiful. Still won't be able to reach. And there are other pirates that we're going to have to deal with, not just those 2. There are more down here. So, let's go here and extend our arc augury, to make our starboard get to it. Okay, and that's all of it. Let's go. End turn. Okay. We come here. See, that one's got all of it. This one does not, and we should be able to attack it. Come on up through here, potentially, which is what I would like to do. So, let's come here. Hopefully this is not a big mistake, but let's see.
We lost the shield. Emperor, protect us.
Wow, I've never done that before. How cool. How freaking cool. Okay. let's refresh shields. And have that guy do a little flipsy doodle. And turn. These torpedoes make me very nervous.
There's a breach in our defenses.
Yep, there is. No doubt. Right. Looks like we win this one too, gentlemen, ladies, people, friends. We can't do anything about it. I'd like to flip it around. That used to be a thing we could do. Oh, so close. Bye, 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 bye. I don't think we can catch the other one. Battle's over. 62 scrap. I don't know if that's going to be enough to heal our hull. We took some serious damage there. But we won. Oh, hey-ho, not yet. Let's get the ship repaired before I forget to do it. Oh, we can repair the hull. It cost more than we earned, but we still got it done. So we are back in action. Yes. Very good. We have another upgrade. When did that come in? Did we just get that? 21 damage per shot. We want the Mars one out. That's the Styges. There's the Mars one. Perfect. Starboard and port both do 21 damage. The Styges does 4. The Ryza does 3. Oh, okay. Got it. Got it, got it. Okay. Yep, I think I like what I've got. Okay. We won another battle, guys. Now we get to go to a plundered void station. So are we going to be fighting some pirates here? What are we doing? I don't know. Those are red. We've got enemies. Multi-key. Let's see if Adira can get an opening salvo here. Nice. Are we bugged here?
But of course.
There we go. I had to hit them twice to get their attention. That was weird. Okay. Cassia. Let's get her on the side here. I like her there. Gladius. He just can't really get out where he needs to be. Yeah, a few of those guys are going to go before we get a chance to get there, but it's not awful. Let's go ahead and give him a little bit of cover. Argenta. Let's put her here, because I'm going to make some trouble this direction. Clear some folks if I can. We'll get her right there. She's going to go first. I will have Cassia buff her. Okay, and then Heinrichs. Doing Heinrichs things. Echo. I want... Really? Too far away from Heinrichs? Okay, let's put him there. Jae, again, can travel the entire length of the area. So let's put her here. That should keep her safe. The Servo Skull Swarm. We'll put it behind her. Adira. We'll get her in full cover. And of course her Vesper can go to the back side here. I like it. Let's start. Cassia up. We will put on the buff staff. There we go, infusing. Voice of command.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Reveal the light. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to drop front line right out here.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Let's use some bring it down here.
If I may.
And she will concentrate fire.
Doubt is for the weak.
Beautiful. And we can run and gun. Pull up. Actually, I'll put her here on the run and gun. Can I swap? Oh, I can only go to single shot. That's okay. It'll give me versatility. I'll accept that.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, and turn. Cassie is in good location. We put a back line in, didn't we? I don't know. Let's go ahead and throw rear here. And I'm going to put back line here.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
There we go. And then we will do held in my gaze for this one right here.
Isn't this a job for...
Just leaving that dude barely alive there. And turn.
Hold on.
Oh, hello. Where did they come from?
I'm here, maggot.
Okay, well, there you go.
Time to slaughter someone.
Let's get to it.
We've got named dudes here.
Let's get to it.
It's gonna be fun. Oh, of course it's Adira. Why not?
You want some more?
Well, I know where I'm going.
You never stood a chance. Who if not me?
Exactly.
Your end was inevitable. On it. I'll see to it personally.
Perfect. Okay, let's head
That's
back.
as good as done.
I can't hit that guy. He is very impressive. He parried every attempt I made. That was nice on his end, not mine, but you know how it is. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and buff myself with Iron
I'll see to
Arm.
it personally.
And in turn.
Out of my way.
I've never felt pain like this.
She's safer that way. Let's make it quick.
Lost Adira on the front end. I'm very unhappy about that.
Van Kellogg's. Let's get to it.
I did not realize there were guys on that other side. Never saw them. Never
Is that
saw
my
them.
blood?
Might be, yo.
Too bad I never left that unpaid.
Hold on.
Let's get to it.
Alright, Heinrichs is up. What to do? Well, let's see. Let's do this first.
I won't object to it. But of course, Lord Captain.
Beautiful.
Go on, beast.
Beautiful. And we will use
I
shield
need a
bash.
foothold.
Lovely. And that'll be the turn. Argenta is up. We've got that guy down. Let's see here. I don't have a good... Oh, it does. I just needed her out of the way, I guess. So if I go here... Can I unload on these guys? 0% chance to hit that one. Not anymore. Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Guided by faith. Right is a friend.
Beautiful. And And then we'll do wildfire. And give another round, shall we? Beautiful. Okay, in turn. Jai. Go ahead and give him another barrel. Wow, that one's doing some nice moving. Let's help out Argenta quickly.
With the right incentive.
Get her back into cover. And then we can help out who? Heinrichs, potentially? Maybe? I don't know. Okay. Cassie is up. We'll throw Heinrichs a reveal the light, help out his toughness. And we will give him a bring it down.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Good. And he needs to use that bring it down to heal himself.
Your assistance is much appreciated.
Wonderful. That should help. Bringing Cassia back to her turn. And she can use... No, that hits my people. If I bring her here, we move front line.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Held in my gaze.
If I may.
And a point of curiosity.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
On in, maggot.
Beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And she can throw a buff
Me?
to Gladius.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Excellent. I need to remember to change those staffs. Okay. And then Zone of Fear.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Okay.
Out of my way!
Not nice.
Time to slaughter someone.
Another enemy down.
Hold on!
Your end was inevitable.
Okay. No, no. Let's start with this.
Who, if not me? On
And
it.
that. And then come here.
Let's make some opportunities.
Good.
You should have thought twice before crushing me.
Beautiful. Ulas, you loser.
Another enemy down.
Oh, come on. They're all down? Man. That is not good. Okay. I can't get to anyone just yet. I don't think I can get the distance I need to get started on this group. Maybe. How far can I get? I can't, apparently. Can I...
I'll see to it personally.
Okay.
It's as good as done.
Excellent.
Here's my perfect moment. The best defense is a good offense. You never stood a chance. Your end was inevitable.
Lee. Keep rolling.
I'll see to it, but the numbers mean nothing to me.
Oh gosh, they're still coming from way over that direction. Okay. I am buffed and buffed and buffed again. I wouldn't mind hopping into some cover, but I don't know that there's any to hop into. So I will stand here. They can't melee me. I'll have to dodge some bullets, but I think I can handle that, so we'll hang tight.
Out of my way.
He was just repositioning, which is interesting. Ow.
Show me what you've got.
Yeah, what happened to my cover there? Who killed that? Nice. Let's go here. Get an
Let's
attack.
see to it.
And then we will
For the throne's glory.
keep it rolling. Argenta.
Faith without eradicated.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
As the Emperor
Concentrated
commands,
fire.
I act. I'll do
Wildfire. And attackaroonies.
it. Strike is a prayer.
Beautiful. That'll be it for her. Jae.
As the Emperor commands.
Beautiful. Go ahead and wildfire that again.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Oh, he dodged. Lucky man. Okay. And shot her in turn. Jae is up. We'll bring her in and unload.
Watch my back. Am I getting paid for this?
Go ahead and
Tell
do
me,
another
and-
shot. Goodbye, man. Later, Gator. Okay. That's got us. We are done. With this round, anyway. Cassie is up. She is now fully healed. We have plenty more waiting for us, but it's not going to do them any good. I'm just going to move the front, but I'm not actually going to go get into combat.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
Let's go ahead and put our front line down here.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
End it.
Yeah.
Let's make it quick.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's come on up here to Remy the Lead Rain.
Don't let your guard down.
And I got a little something for
Who-
him.
Consider this a taste of what's to come. You never stood a chance.
He never did. Uh-huh. What do we got here? Hundreds. I don't like hundreds. Okay. Well, that is how I get forward momentum, so we're going to take it anyway.
Taking calculated risk is my second nature.
Beautiful.
Hyle's slow end was inevitable.
Lovely.
It's as good as done. I'll see to it, but another enemy down.
Beautiful. How are we looking on these? Oh, I've got 6. Gentlemen, I'm sorry. Five.
Who, if not me?
4.
Your end was inevitable.
3. 2. That's it. Thank you much. Civitas pattern auto gun. Very nice. 2-handed ranged. It's a solid weapon for if you're not running heavy weapons on Argenta anyway, or bolters. A nullifying shot. Ooh, look at that. That bad boy is nice. We want that for sure. Gunslinger's helmet. Don't need the leather armor. Unstable flamer. Splinter pistol. That'd be good. Possibly an upgrade for... We'll grab 2 of them in case they upgrade us up. Power maul. We're good on those. I like that. What else we got? Lots else. Okay.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Radiant chestplate. +7 fellowship, -5% dodge, +2 deflection against area attacks, 5 armor deflection. That's nice. A Drukhari clave. We don't use Drukhari weapons. And a bolt pistol, which we do not use. Okay, and all of that is good and gone. Just a standard chainsword. Is that everyone and everything? Well, when you clear out pirates, you clear out pirates, okay? That's just how it is. And Adira has an injury, but everybody else is in the clear. Her strength and toughness are reduced. Fortunately, those are the things that she least needs. So I'm not too upset about that. Let's run around this area, make sure there's not something to loot we haven't found yet. Oh, got some goods over here. Ranger's Visor, +10 bonus to ballistic skill. Very nice. That's an Irliet visor. Okay. Okay. Is that just bringing us back to where we started? Athletics.
The Inquisition taught me many things.
Yep, there's the exit.
I always keep my options open.
Return to Void Ship. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh no, we are not done. I don't think. Well, yeah, we went up here already. Let's run up and look. Okay, yes. Yeah, we've been through the whole thing. Okay, cool. Return to void ship. Let's go. That was nice. Very nice. All right. I'm going to keep moving on through the Imperium, and I'll let you know if we come across something interesting. Okay, we just scanned a world and found Monastery of the Order of the Hammer. Lord Captain, we have received a transmission from Foulstone. It was sent by members of the Order of the Hammer, votaries of St. Cognatius, whose monastery is the only settlement on the planet. Or rather, it used to be. Some time ago, a transport vessel, the Navika, unloaded several thousand refugees from a planet belonging to rogue trader Winterscale. The Order of the Hammer has judged this invasion to be an act of aggression and is asking for your lordship's protection. Those people are victims, not invaders. Prepare my shuttle. I shall head to the planet and resolve this conflict. As it pleases your lordship. 60 and 11 days after the feast of the passing of Nicomedes Keefe, the champion of faith, disquietude marred the calm of the monastery of the Order of the Hammer. Countless tortured souls steeped in fear arrived on Foulstone in a star bark. A great apostasy had befallen their home and turned them into abject wanderers seeking help and refuge. Their wicked and cruel captain, the owner of the Navika, had betrayed them. Once the unknowing souls in his care had made landfall on the world's surface, he most deviously recalled his shuttles and left, thus ridding himself of his duty of care to the unfortunate lot. Not knowing how they would survive in Foulstone's grim wastelands, the forsaken people came to the monastery of St. Cognatius, and there they surrounded its walls. They hammered their fists on its gate and implored and wailed, "Take us in! Protect us!" And what once was a place of serenity and grace was now full of din, disorder, and all manner of things despicable. The interlopers brought with them worldly futility and strife, and mayhap also the seeds of alluring blasphemies, if fiendly heathens lurked in their midst. After a prayer, the prelate Hectarchius turned his eye to the past in search of instruction. Prelate Hectarchius recalled the first missionaries to set foot on Foulstone's vast wasteland, led by their zeal for serving St. Cognatius. Those missionaries had received the blessing of Nicomedes Keefe, the champion of faith who had traveled with them in their star bark to found in this place a humble and pure abode wherein to cultivate wisdom and piety. And St. Cognatius, a man of great endeavors, a warrior and a wise artificer, never cowered behind the walls of a librarium, but stepped bravely into the darkness, carrying light in the palm of his hand, and he commanded others to do the same. And not only Foulstone, but many other worlds of the Coronus expanse bear its imprint. And Prelate Hectarchius did welcome the interlopers warmly as his guests, but he did warn his brethren to keep their vigilance. The brethren and sisters of the Order of the Hammer came forth to meet the strangers, carrying water and protein victuals and medicinal herbs and jugs of promethium. But the crowd came to blows over viands, and blood was spilt, and many were trampled or mauled in the stampede, some of them dwellers of the monastery. Then the warriors of the Order of the Hammer donned their flat cowls, inscribed words of praise to the god emperor on their tactical visors, and went forth, ready to render service in battle. With las guns and bolters they pierced the interlopers. With their chain swords and power flails they struck them, and a great and bloody harvest was reaped that day. But the interlopers, too, scant though their armament was, and scanter still their skill in battle, slew many among the monastery's dwellers, for great were their number, and greater their desperation. The monks fled beyond their walls, and rang the vox alarum, and shut the gate, and commanded the armed guards to keep watch over that gate, slaying any who approached. A quarrel broke out. The hungry and the sick lay siege to the monastery, begging for help. In their spite they blocked the water collector and unpowered the generatorium. The faithful, in the meantime, made ready to resist. But then a miracle came to pass. The God Emperor sent his champion, his confidant, his right hand, the rogue trader of the blessed house, von Valancius. May the light of his grace remain upon it forever. The blessed rogue trader summoned Prelate Hectarchius and the leaders of the interlopers to hold each to account for their deeds. The strangers, prodigious in number, beseeched the rogue trader to take them in and give them shelter and protection as to his own servants. And spake they, saying, Long have we wandered, swiftly have we fled. Many a woe and ordeal has befallen us. Of many a father and son are we bereft. Now the warp hath taken the last of our strength, and we shall flee no more. And they spake further, saying, Without thy holy protection we are doomed, for we fear annihilation at the hands of our kin who remain behind. For having fallen away from the sublime light of the Emperor, they have descended into bloody sedition, and become murderers of no mercy. Quoth Prelate Hectarchius, Ours is a pure and secluded abode. By worldly futility we are untouched, and so we wish to remain. These unknowing souls seek to capture our abode. Avert this calamity of ours, for they are a people malicious, and multitudinous, and misfated. Then, quoth he, If it be thy wish to confer land upon these wretches, confer it, for Foulstone has arid land in abundance. But make it not our duty to care for them, for that is not our path. Provide for them, and provide for us, and we shall acknowledge thee as our planetary sovereign. The blessed rogue trader extended a veil of protection over the interlopers, taking them into his care, and thereby of all Foulstone with them. Humbly the Order of the Hammer heeded the God Emperor's confidant, and unsealed the airlocks, and opened the gate of its abode, and brought forth gifts of virtue to relieve the suffering of the ill-stricken. After a prayer, the architects set to work. In accordance with the saints' teachings and the parameters set forth in the standard template construct, they erected spacious living quarters, and sturdy fort walls for the planetary militia, and a spacious auditorium wherein to trade and store goods, and a proud censorum within whose walls clerks and servo bondsmen would maintain order and keep statistical records. And a new yet righteous way of life came to Foulstone, and the people rejoiced, and all was good. Nice. Oh, we can do projects. Nice. Dominion of the Hammer, the High Throne, and a Celestial Protector. We can get 2,500 rep with the Drusians. That's nice. We don't need the Hammer of Epiphany. Security +2 affects the ability of the colony to cope with negative events. The High Throne, Lord Captain's Voidship gains the Emperor's Retribution feature, +5% to critical hit chance against Chaos enemies. We really need the help. Holy Gifts ×5, and +2 efficiency, affects amount of resources produced by the colony. We could also get Celestial Protector. Gladius gains Benevolent Protection feature. All allies increase their wounds by... So it's like a heal? I can throw out a heal? That's really good too. I mean, that's really good. That's really good. That could prevent, I don't know if it has a range. It says all allies, but it doesn't give a range. Can I just toss that out in battle and just kind of heal the whole party? Because I don't know. Sometimes people get jumped and they go from full health to nothing though in one round before I would even have a chance to use it. I think we're gonna go High Throne. The ecclesiarchy lacks a capital in the Coronis expanse from which to guide the faithful. If Falstone ascends to the status of a cardinal world, the Adeptus Ministorum will ensure the prosperity of their new planetary stronghold. Heretics will tremble when they hear of the alliance between House von Valentius and the ecclesiarchy. Oh, it's good for my void ship, but I'm really not fond of anything else about it. The privilege of becoming Falstone's patron is a tempting prospect for many. However, with the rogue trader's assistance, the Order of the Hammer will retain ultimate authority over the world. No one in the entire Coronis expanse will make a worthier guardian of a sanctuary of faith than the head of the House von Valancius. A marvelous basilica will be erected in his honor in the world's capital city. It will be decorated with a grand twin statue of the Emperor and the rogue trader. That seems heretical. Thousands of parishioners and priests will say his name in their daily prayers and bring him reverent gifts. I get profit factor, I get complacency, and I get the ability to heal my party. I think that's the one we're going with. Yup, yup, yup. So cool. We'll take it. Thank you. Okay, moving on. I'll bring you back for anything interesting. Okay, we have found an arid world and it has a event called the Rings. Let's check it out. The giant rings on this planet's surface can be observed, even from orbit. Examine the rings. It has emerged that this planet has a native species of giant insects similar to Terran ants. Just like ants, they sometimes form so-called death spirals in which one creature follows another without realizing they're going in circles. These were the rings discovered by the ship's observers. The strange phenomenon that was originally suspected to be a sign of warp activity, or a nefarious Xenos structure, turned out to be a quirk of nature, and a tragic one at that. Well, that's interesting. Okay, we went ahead and threw down our last extractium for some provisions, because provisions and weapons were the two least amount of things that we had. We are now tied up at 4 and 4. So I think that may give us access to a contract. Yes, we can complete this contract for 2 profit factor. We can complete this contract for people and provisions. Let's look, make sure we don't need it for something else. We can complete that one. Unquenchable Greed will give us 2 profit factor. Blood and Nephium will give us people. Feast for the Soul will get complacency. Omnissiah's Anger, we get mechanisms and people. Lashing the Void, we get security. I am all about, let's improve our provisions with the weapons, because I don't think anything else needed the weapons. Unquenchable Greed will get profit factor. Blood and Nephium, we will get Promethium and chemicals. Feast for the Soul, complacency. Omnissiah's Anger, mechanisms and people. Nice. And Lashing the Void, Promethium, and security. Look at that. Wow, just knocking those dudes out quick as pie. There are rumors we need to follow up on, we're still messing with, and of course the quests. Okay, great. That is cool. Cool, cool, cool. We've got a Hulk here. The augurs have detected wreckage in the void ship's vicinity, but the exact nature of this wreckage remains unclear. Okay. Lord Captain, the augurs cannot determine who the ship we approach belongs to, but the telemetry clearly reveals it's an Imperium vessel. The hull is badly damaged, but there is air in some of the chambers, which means they're hermetically sealed. What are your orders concerning the discovery? Send out the order to prepare my troops for boarding. I will personally take part in the exploratory expedition. We who walk down the same passageways and the same bays day after day, we who are born, live and die to the hum of the ship's machines, we forever hunger for the smallest glimpse of another life, and for a chance to see the heroes who tirelessly fight for us and for the glory of the Imperium. So let's have a tale about the Lord Captain, by the will of the Emperor, the guardian and commander of every good and honest soul upon this void ship, and the time he boarded a vessel named the Fireborn. Like a dead whale cast ashore by the inexorable force of the swell, the wrecked vessel was a confronting sight for its unwitting visitors. Some bays still retained an atmosphere, but there was no life anywhere. The ship was dead, its machine spirits dissipated in the darkness of space. It was just the husk left, and the rogue trader's crew were to become scavengers swarming the carcass of a fallen leviathan. Our Lord Captain oversaw the expedition personally. He decided to train the penetrating gaze of the augur arrays on the damaged ship. The augur's keen eyes scanned the eerie vessel, identifying that the void ship was gravely damaged and was in the process of final erosion. There was very little time left to explore it. 3 sectors seemed the least damaged: the bridge, the middle crew deck, and the service bay. After exchanging a series of trills and warbles in their mysterious and ancient language, the tech priests responsible for the augurs reported to the Lord Captain that they had glimpsed signs of valuable components in operation in the service bay. The Lord Captain's next step was to have Adira Talos feel out a course. An unholy psyker she may be, but even souls as dark as hers submit to the Lord Captain's will. With hostile eyes upon her, Adira sank into a trance. When she resurfaced, she reported that the ship had been a victim of the warp. The bridge had suffered worst of all. It was the section that provoked the greatest anxiety and trepidation in the psyker. The service bay was the least damaged section, though Adira spoke of it with no particular interest. The Lord Captain's next step was to turn his attention to the scout units awaiting instructions. The Lord Captain had to decide which of the 3 teams he would lead, and which 2 would be entrusted to their officers. Let here be known the names of those honest people who stood before our rogue trader in that moment. The taciturn and grave young Ho San, whose word was as firm as his handshake. Captain Vesti, whose jokes will be remembered by everyone on decks 3 to 5. And Captain Matina, the senior officer of the 3rd Unit, known to many as Grey Matina. She had been leading units back when the current crop of scouts were snot-nosed kids. No one on deck was in any doubt that navigating inside the wrecked ship would be difficult. The units would be separated by kilometers of twisted metal, dead modules devoid of atmosphere, collapsed passageways, and hull breaches the size of a house. The only thing connecting the brave teams would be the delicate thread of a vox link. And so, after weighing up the options, the Lord Captain chose to go with young Ho San and his unit, who were heading for the bridge. From here on, we will relate the events based on what we have learned from witnesses, the people who accompanied the Lord Captain on the tour of the dread ship. The shuttles started up one after another and dispersed, each heading for its selected target. An hour spent on cutting through the hull in the freezing vacuum of space, a fussy boarding, and then, finally, the rogue trader stepped onto the cold, dark deck of the dead ship. The light of the torches revealed a sign in the gloom: Fireborn. After a minute-long exchange with the Voxmaster, who quickly checked the archives, it was established that the dead vessel was that of Captain Nova Van Dane, registered at Kiava Gamma Port. Every minute spent on board threatened to end in disaster. The ship's days, or even hours, of existence were numbered. From all sides came the sounds of distant crumblings, the floor underfoot, trembled every now and then. The Lord Captain hurriedly moved deeper into the compartment when he suddenly felt the slightest puff of air brush against his neck, followed by a soft sigh, almost as if someone had leaned in close, opened their mouth to whisper a dark, tantalizing secret, and then fallen silent. The only thing was that the Lord Captain stood entirely alone. The Lord Captain summoned all his knowledge of the wicked influence of chaos, choosing to combat fear with cold analysis. Where simple mortals would already be trembling and weeping, the rogue trader only gritted his teeth. Shrieks and moans could be heard close by. Others were gripped by the illusion too. Young Ho San, the unit captain, barked out orders. His team held back their comrades who had fallen victim to the uncanny terror, and who were struggling to break free and run deeper into the cursed ship. A few minutes passed, and the unit, though scared senseless, was ready to continue. Sound suddenly blared from the Vox, which was tuned to the second unit's frequency. The words sounded muffled, as though the person on the other end wasn't speaking directly into the Vox, but desperately pressing the transmit button while occupied with something else. "Never seen anything like it. It's beautiful. Hold on. Wait, is it moving?" The words are cut off by a strangled wheeze, followed by static. Young Ho San listened to the transmission and the final rasp with a surprisingly calm expression, then pressed the Vox button, and in a similarly calm voice let loose a stream of florid swearing, which centered on casting aspersions on his interlocutor's intellectual capabilities. Turning to the rogue trader, he remarked, "Apologies, Lord Captain. Captain Vestry from the second unit is well known for his pranks." "Crap, the Lord Captain's with you?" comes Vesti's voice from the speakers, followed immediately by, My sincere apologies, your lordship. I just wanted to spook the guys a little." The Lord Captain resolved to show leniency and merely asked for a report on the unit's progress. Captain Vesti reported that his unit's foray had so far proceeded without incident, mystical or otherwise. They had found no survivors from the ship's crew, or bodies for that matter. However, the unit had encountered a problem. The passage leading to the deck section with the arsenal and storage depot was seriously damaged, especially the power cables. Proceeding further could be dangerous. After consulting his officers, the Lord Captain issued new orders for Vesti's unit. Vesti's unit headed off to carry out their orders, while the rogue trader and his team continued on. After spending several hours wandering down the dead passageways, young Ho San's unit and the rogue trader reached the bridge of the Fireborn. The oppressive feeling had not dissipated. It was as though the bulkheads of the ship were steeped in the terror and pain of the people who had vanished without a trace from those decks. On their way there, the unit had found no signs of a struggle, or bodies of the crew, and that served only to deepen their unease. After examining the bridge, the scout unit discovered that the captain's principal cogitator was still functional. The final log entry was identified, a damaged pict recording that no one in the unit was eager to view. Proximity to the cogitator alone was unsettling enough, and with each passing second, remaining on the bridge was becoming more and more difficult. The Lord Captain took a risk and watched the recording. The recording contained a message from Captain Nova Van Dane. It was almost impossible to make anything out in the pict, only the captain's hand gripping the edge of the table in flashes of iridescent light. The captain was speaking crisply, almost calmly, but there was also short, almost inaudible breaths. Exactly what the rogue trader's team had encountered when they had first boarded the ship, and it even seemed that those sounds were coming not from the recording, but from the gloom-drenched corners of the bridge itself. "Kiavagama has fallen. The Fireborn broke orbit under fire from an unknown enemy and left the system," said Captain Van Dane on the recording, with the tone of an officer reporting to her superiors. "We encountered pathological warp activity. The crew is reporting failures in the Gallowfield system. The ship's doomed. Whoever finds this recording, I ask you to hold a prayer service for our souls. I also ask you to take the family relics of the Van Dane line from Kiavagama. The relics are stored." The captain then specified the location of her family vault and the access code. The recording ended. There was nothing left to do on the cursed deck. It was time to return to the shuttle. A message came in from the unit led by the seasoned, unflappable Gray Matina. The captain methodically reported on all the service bay sections her team had already examined. They had found nothing of value. They had found no bodies. There had been no incidents, and the search was proceeding as normal. The unit was waiting for further instructions from the Lord Captain. After distilling the salient points from Gray Matina's exhaustive report, Gladius listed the areas that warranted a more thorough search. After returning to the shuttle, Gladius received reports about Fireborn's status. The tech priests who relentlessly pierced the wreckage with the augur's gaze insisted on curtailing the operation as soon as possible, fearing imminent destruction. There were also reports from the other two units. The second unit had succeeded in moving through the danger zone and had returned to the shuttle with a valuable payload taken from the dead ship's stores. Gray Matina's unit had explored the service bay without incident and, not wasting any time, had marked valuable components for later disassembly and transfer to the rogue trader's ship. The units assembled at the shuttles, and the Lord Captain gave the final order of this grim expedition. Honor the memory of Captain Nova Van Dane and her crew. The last request of the fallen captain had been fulfilled. The improvised funeral began with a brief military salute, and the rogue trader himself recited a prayer for the souls of the Fireborn. Just as any honest servant of the Emperor who has dedicated their life to voyaging through the darkness would honor their fellows and mourn their deaths. Time was up. The scouting party returned to their ship. With one last look at the Fireborn, the rogue trader gave the order to fire upon the dead vessel at range, for that which was born in fire should also perish in fire. From fire we came, and from fire to fire we shall return. All right, folks, we are just a couple of jumps away from the planet we are trying to get to. We need to head over there, see what's going on with Kiavagama. We have just discovered that there is yet more problem with Kiavagama that we need to get figured out. So, we will have to get into all of that next time. This has been Disabled. My name is Ed, and this has been the wonderful Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, as that helps me out tremendously. But truly, until we see each other again, make your way with love and light. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today, and goodbye.